Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today I want to talk about the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, in which he mentions tying of the camels. And we probably know the hadith in which the Prophet ﷺ was approached by a Sahabi who said, Ya Rasulullah, we have camels, should we tie them or should we have tawakkul? So basically he thought that tawakkul and tying were two contradictory things. So the Prophet ﷺ said, tie the camel and have tawakkul, and have tawakkul. So basically what that means is that adopting worldly means or asbab, it is not contradictory to tawakkul. In fact, the Prophet ﷺ encouraged it, and the examples of that are many in the worldly life. For example, a person says that I need to seek treatment for my illness. Should I have tawakkul in Allah and just leave it as is? No, you're supposed to seek the treatment, take the medication, and then turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask Him to give you a cure. Now, going back to the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ, the word that is used is, was when the Sahabi asked that, should I tie the camel or should I have tawakkul? Okay, he said, a'qiluha aw atawakkal. Okay, and the Prophet ﷺ said, i'qilha wa tawakkal. So the word aql or iql is from this actual instrument or tool is actually known as iqal, and probably you don't recognize it now, but if I tell you what it is something that the Arabs put on their heads on top of the shimagh or the scarf that they put. Okay, so this is known as iqal. Okay, and how it was used was that this was opened up and the front two legs of the camel would basically be put inside this iqal so that the camel could not move. So this is basically how the concept of tying a camel is. It's not like getting a rope and tying it as is the common understanding, but it is using this iqal to tie the front legs of the camel and basically not allowing it to move freely. This is what the real meaning of tying the camel is. And from this you also figured out what the purpose of this headgear actually is. Probably Arabs, or most Arabs, don't use it for this purpose, and they use it just as a headscarf or for a cultural kind of headdress. But this is the actual purpose of why this contraption or tool is used to tie the front legs of the camel. And this thing is called iqal, and from that we have the Arabic word i'qilha. Put an iqal on the camel and have tawakkul in Allah that it won't escape. Hope you learned something interesting and good today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.